None. So, hello and welcome back. We're here to look into what God wants us to know about the dancehall aspect of the pop music reading. So, we found out about the pop music, the Muslims, the Jews, the big questions, and the 144,000 as it pertains to this reading. If you want to know what was revealed, you need to go watch part 1 and part 2. This is part 3 where we will be finding out what God want us to know about the dancehall energy that came out, okay? So that's what I'm here to work on. And I was hearing to clarify the money. Hang on. Most High God, if there's anybody interfering with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. So, saying that, I'll see if the money energy come back up again. If it does, I'll clarify. If it doesn't, then I will leave it alone. Funny how I don't even see the card. Ha! So it was that somebody else trying to get me to do the money. Okay, see, it was all the way at the back of the deck. I'll put it here, and if I'm inspired to clarify the money energy that came out in that reading, I will do so. And if I don't feel inspired, that means that God didn't want me to do it if somebody else was curious about the money aspect. And I don't work for you. My readings are not for free. When you pay me for the reading, if God decide I should do your reading, you can get your information. Until then, I work for the Most High God, so I do what God say, not what other people want me to. Unless I'm in the mood to be generous. So, let's get right into it. So concerning the dancehall aspect of this reading, Most High, what do you want us to know? Oh, oh, our Father, who art in Zion, thy kingdom come on earth, thy will be done on earth. Hallowed be thy name. Oh, our Father, who art in Zion, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth, thy will be done on earth. Buju, God said that melody I was just humming and singing is for you. And you're meant to make a song using that melody. God said, I want you to use your voice. You see how sweet you do those songs. It feels so good to praise the Most High God every day with your whole heart desire. Lift them high, holy, 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 holy. Yeah. God say He want you to do some more of those. And that little melody I was humming, that's for you. You will know what the words are. I feel like it's clear for everybody to see that that type of music resonate with your soul. Forget the chitter chatter of people. Forget people's judgments of you. Only God can judge you. Don't allow yourself to be deterred for any reason from your path. God has put a great thing in you. And if you would be so kind, God would like to continue to do that wonderful thing in you. The earth is going through a revival where we're finally coming to the understanding of what God actually is and what God approves of and what God disapproves of. We were all taught to not judge lest we be judged. It doesn't mean that we can't form our own opinion, because we are creatures of intelligence and we have the right to look into things and form our own conclusions. But to force them onto another with intensity is where we cross the line. So let everybody think what they want to think, and everybody think what you want to think. But at the end of the day, only God knows what your heart. So remember that all of our thinking is just speculation. And that goes for every other artist too. We don't truly know them. We don't truly know what mission God has put them on. God's purpose for us, it don't always look like what we think it should look like. What one considers a wrong turn sometimes is the perfect turn, because in our mistakes we learn our greatest lessons. Life is a school. We're meant to explore. If something resonates with you and you feel pulled to do it, explore it. What's the problem? There is no problem. We're meant to make mistakes. That's what learning is all about. It's about getting it wrong until we get it right. So why are we so hard on each other? It's ridiculous. Really. And that's not something that we should be doing. It breaks us apart rather than pull us together. The truth is, the truth is, when we consider the wonderful work that God has put into every last one of these artists, isn't a man allowed to get it wrong sometimes? Isn't that what life is about? How many times have you gotten life wrong? The difference with them, superstars, and you, the common man and common woman, is that the superstar them life is on public display. You, on the other hand, all your shame is hidden in the darkness, so it's easy for you to come out and judge and present yourself to the world as if, say, you don't have any faults, but God know you. So there's a thin line between forming your opinion and being judgmental. And condemnation is not what God has come to do in the earth. God didn't come to condemn. God come to redeem us. You see it? So that means don't hide your flaws. God already know them. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let God see your flaws, because God already see your flaws. God already know every wrong thing that you did. And God still love you. That not gonna change God's love for you. And if you're meant to get punished for something that you do, there's nothing that you can do to stop it, because karma is an automatic element of life. Nobody need to activate karma. We activate karma as soon as we do whatever we do or think whatever we think. We activate karma naturally. It's automatic. Said so from creation. God's love, however, we have to see God as a parent, you know. When your child do wrong, you love your child. Your child make mistakes sometimes. When your child do wrong, you don't spare the rod, because you know if you spare the rod, you're gonna spoil the child. But that doesn't mean that you don't love your youth. You see? So when you want to think about God, when you try to understand God, you need to see God in that light. Okay? And not fear God. There's a time to fear God and there's a time to love God. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter what we do, no matter how bad we are, God still loves us. God's love is not like man and woman love. God's love is unconditional. God can afford to love us unconditionally. That means no matter how much wrong we do, God will never ever forsake you. I don't mean you should keep doing wrong, because like I said, karma automatically take place. You'll get your ass beat. Life will beat your ass. But no matter how much wrong you do, God will never ever stop loving you. Never. Okay? Or else God wouldn't be God. Because if God chooses to stop being our friend, we doomed. Because humans are so fickle. Humans are so fickle, right? Humans stop being your friend for good reason and sometimes for no fucking reason. Right? So you need to recognize that we all have one friend in life that will never, ever, 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 ever refuse or reject us. Never forget that. No matter what we have done, it doesn't matter what we are doing, and it doesn't matter what we are going to do. Just know that God has already forgiven and God still loves you. That's the truth of the matter. Cause God didn't come here to condemn. God come here to redeem. But God will whip that ass. It's automatic. So, would you? I was hearing that one for you. What you choose to do with the information is completely up to you. Yeah. These readings, they stress me out sometimes. And when you have psychic abilities, you tap into other people's emotions, even when you don't want to. And so even when I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad because of other people vibes. And I don't know why God decided to give Buju that message. But God decided to give Buju that message. So Buju, we now say not to make your other kind of music, but that realm of music is definitely made for you. You soothe our soul. When Till Shiloh came out, we play that record over and over and over, and we still not tired after all this time. You're on your spiritual growth, and it's natural for humans to make a wrong turn. All of us do. But if nobody ever tell you, I'm going to tell you, you nourish our soul. God put a wonderful thing in you. Yeah. And to all you other artists, don't get jealous. God just not ready to talk to you yet, or maybe gotta talk to you in your own personal way. Listen. Listen and know yourself. Love yourself. Trust your own judgment. Be you. Be the you that you want to be, not who the world make you to be. All these rules, some of them are not applicable to some people. Do what make you happy. When your soul talk to you, that is your own personal GPS. It's nobody else's business. Let people say what they want to say. And do what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, God has given you authority to be you. And God will protect you. And those of you who have been on your walk with God for a while, you've seen it. And you know what I'm saying to be true. Right? So don't make nobody turn you away from God. No matter what you do, keep God with you. Nobody can judge of the ways of God. Your relationship with God is a personal one. It's always a personal one. Nobody else's business. Let them talk. Let them laugh. Let them watch your life and don't watch theirs. God will bless you and people will wonder why. It's because you choose to be true to yourself. who God called you to be. Not who your respective societies tell you to be. It's not our business to understand you. It's your business to understand you. Keep them talking. We're gonna keep them talking. Just laugh when they're talking. There is a lot more coming. Keep them talking. We're gonna keep them talking. Just laugh when they're barking. Yeah, yeah. Cause they don't see nothing yet. Music. For your mind, body, and soul. Man shall not live by bread alone. Woman shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded from the mouth of Jaja within them. Not what the book say. Release yourself from the prisons of expectations. You either love me or you don't love me. At the end of the day, I love me, and I know that my God loves me. So, learn that. You don't have to be my friend. If I be myself, the right people who resonate with the real me, they will be my friend. And we will be happy together, that we understand each other. Until it's time to depart. Because with growth, we lose friends. When you no longer resonate with each other, people naturally fall off. They naturally fall back. You naturally fall out. Keep it moving. Let them go in peace, so you can have peace also. It's time to move on. Wind up if you want to wind up. We like it. natural part of life. All right, dancehall. Talk, keep them talking. So the subject matter concerning dancehall is, we got primary school. So primary school is the little children, the little impressionable children, the ones that are old enough to be repeaters, but too young to understand. Wise enough to be followers, not mature enough to understand the implications of their actions. Okay. They just follow fashion, these primary school age children. They don't know any better. They see what mommy and daddy do, like that them gonna do. They see what the neighbors do. they see what the people them admire do, and that them are gonna do, not really knowing what them a do. Okay, so the message we have neutral entity, confusion, gay agenda, or any other agenda. In this case, I don't know much gay dancehall song, but it do encourage like drug taking and sex and violence. That's what dancehall is generally about these days. And stealing, scamming. Okay, so those agendas. It's not the gay agenda in the dancehall case. Advocate of evil, and we need prayer. So the primary schoolers, they're neutral entities. They don't belong on the side of good. They don't belong on the side of evil. But with dancehall music, it brings them confusion, especially if their environment is consumed by that type of music, and they see their parents or their elders listening and dancing and carrying on to that type of music. They then take on that more than they take on the good, because they see in the bad more than the good. Okay, the bad more than the good. So it's not gay agenda in your case, but it's the agenda of drug taking, it's the agenda of scamming, it's the agenda of sex, all kind of crazy sex, okay, and the agenda of violence. Okay, it's confusing the young children, the impressionable ones. The ones that reach high school age, they got some sense to know better. The ones that are like preschool, they not bother with these things, so it's not affecting them. But the primary school youth, them, they're being affected by the music, the dancehall music, okay? Who are now being advocates of evil. Scamming is evil, drug taking is evil, talking about unaliving another is evil, okay? And abominable sexual acts is evil, okay? It causes one to exercise a lack of self-respect, and the children don't know any better, and they're neutral entities at this stage of their life, where we're shaping their minds to either go towards evil and debauchery, things that will degrade their soul, or go towards the side of good, which is having self-respect, self-love, promoting healing and growth, progress, success. Okay? We need prayer. We need to pray for the children. Okay, let's see the underlying issue. We got army. Constructing a building or company. In this case, you're constructing the future generations with your music. You're shaping their minds with the music that you allow to play around your children. The music that you make and put on over the airwaves, they're shaping the minds of these younger generations. So whereby we have a chance to send them in the right direction, they're being consumed with the negativity to become advocates of evil. That's all they know, so that's what they're gonna be, even when they don't want to be, because they don't know any better. They don't see anything different. So I'm not gonna say that y'all need to stop making the music that you make, but you need to balance it for the sake of your future, sake of the future of your children, with some positive things. Okay? Yeah. You're building the primary school youth them to be advocates of evil, to be into dark magic. Got Obia woman on the card, but it's dark magic. Becoming advocates of evil. Got coded message. Secret club or society. We got otherworldly being or mystical being. We got Ministry of Agriculture. So what this is saying is agriculture is all about cultivation. It's all about food, farming. Okay? So this is talking about how you're culturing your children. This is how you're growing them to be otherworldly. Okay? So whether you realize it or not, that's what's happening. We got musician, female and male. You know the type of music that you make. You need to know the impact that it will have on the younger generations, and not just of Jamaican children, but also of children all around the world, because people all around the world love Jamaica and love Jamaican music, Jamaican culture. So we got the temple of the Jews causing stagnation in their adolescence. So whoever is encouraging you to make this music, it must be these people, as usual. They're the ones that's corrupting the music industry in America, and I would imagine their hand reach even to the Caribbean. And anywhere they can get their tentacles to reach, that's where they're gonna reach, because they don't care about us. They want to destroy us and make their people look like they're the saints, make us look like we are the devils. So just know that the information in these songs is shaping the minds of these young children, and only God knows what they're going to look like by the time they get to high school, when they're adolescents. Are you raising a community of a generation of children who are going to be hooked on drugs? What will Jamaica look like in the next, say, 5 years? This need to be looked at when it comes to what dancehall music is promoting nowadays. The thing is, back in the day, say like even up to like 10 years ago, dancehall music was a little bit more balanced in that, yes, they were talking about gun and shooting and all these things, and they've always been advocates for sex, and that's absolutely fine, but it was balanced. It was balanced whereby the lyrics that were coming from some of the artists were actually positive lyrics that help in our spiritual growth in the positive direction. So if you got some good mixed with some bad, that's not too bad. But when you got an over saturation of the bad and very little of the good, the future is not going to look bright. I can tell you that now, especially for Jamaican youth. So a country that was once loved, admired around the whole world, even places that don't talk English, they love your culture. They love you all. You're going to become hated because nobody's going to want their children to be friends with any Jamaican children because of the stigma, because of these advocates of evil. Nobody ever want your children to corrupt their children, so Jamaicans are going to be ostracized. As soon as you tell somebody you're Jamaican, where it once used to bring a sense of pride and good vibes, when you say you're Jamaican in the future, you're going to be seen as an abomination because of your behavior. And that behavior will be the direct, it will be a direct result of the music that is being played in the minds of these young, impressionable children. Because right now, those who are 80 years old, in 5 years' time, being grown on this type of music, this kind of negative energy, they are going to be 8 and 5 hour, 13. They're going to be 13 years old and uncontrollable. They're going to become 14 and worse, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and be menaces to us, to society and to the world over, because wherever they go in the world, this is all they know, so this is who they're going to be. You're raising a generation of devils because of the music that is saturating your airwaves, that is saturating the minds of the youth. Right now, the dancehall fraternity has turned into an advocate of evil. And we need prayer. And not just to go down on your knees and pray, or just to ask God to save them. Y'all need to take action. So the same way you have all this negative music, you need to permeate your airwaves with positive music too. And the same way that you people go hard and creative pan the negative music, make sure that your good music is just as appealing. Go hard and creative on the good music too. You need to create that balance. So who want to go this way, they will consciously make the choice to be that. And who want to actually go the other way, they will consciously make the choice to be that. But if they don't see any good around them, it's not going to be a part of their future anytime soon. And they're going to have to go through a lot of hardship. And not understanding why. Because this negativity has become a natural part of their psyche. They're just being them. So who do we blame? Who are they going to blame when they finally come to themselves? Because, you know, on our journey as children, we are who we are as children. And then when we grow up, it comes to a point where like a light switch go on and we start to realize things. We start to realize that there is another side to life. We start to realize that we have the choice to either go this way or that way. It will happen. And when that happens, who are they going to blame? And how are they going to behave? Because by then you raise a generation of people who are not afraid to take up weapons. So the actions that you do today, they're not finished today. They will come back in the future to haunt you. Maybe to haunt your children. Maybe to haunt whoever you love. It's very imperative that you all balance this advocacy for evil with some advocacy of good. Dancehall musicians, male and female. Don't get so caught up in your enemies that every song you make is to shatter the confidence and the credit of your enemies. Make some songs in tribute to your friends, those who love you, so that that positive energy gets put out into the air as well. Because not everything is about your enemies. Not every day is a bad day. Take time to reverence the good in your life. Put it in your music. We not tell you not to do your drugs. We not tell you not to be part of the gang. We not tell you not to live your truth, but live all of your truth, not just part of it. It's going to create a massive imbalance. That's going to be hard to correct in the future. And it will have implications, and we don't know what those implications will be. So this is kind of like a message to tell you, look into the future. Pay attention to the results of your creations. It's necessary. It's very necessary. The elders, we know how to not follow. The adults know how to not follow. The high school children, them somewhere in between. They're impressionable, but they have enough sense, a lot of them, to know that if you do this, that's going to happen. The primary schoolers now, what we're going to have is a young generation of criminals, wayward children, lost children, because the adults never really took the time to nurture their psyche in a balanced manner. You will all be the ones to blame. The parents, the musicians, the people who have the say so as to what get played and what don't get played. The same way they like to ban certain music. Those who don't take responsibility for banning those music or allowing them only to be played at a certain time of night when you know the youth them gonna sleep, they're to be blamed too. It takes a village to raise a child. In Jamaica, we love you. And we want to continue to love you. But if you transform yourself and your people into an unlovable set, we will stop loving you, because you're bad for our health, mentally and physically. You're bad for our children. I can't listen to dancehall anymore. I'm afraid to listen to dancehall. Only when I see certain artists, me take a listen to the new tune them. In them new tune, yeah. And this is the reason why Spice was making an attempt to help correct some of these ills that are a direct result of the music that's coming out of the dancehall fraternity. And what they do, they shut her down. Yes, Spice make music that is raunchy, but Spice has her limits. And it's not for us to tell somebody who they should be. If you don't like her music, don't listen to it. But some of us, we like it. And we have a right to like it because adult music is for adults. The problem comes in when you play adult music around the youth who are impressionable. And because the music is just being played all over, some of the adults, they realize that they have a moral responsibility to try and teach these youth that there's a right and a wrong way to go about things, and there's a right and a wrong time. So applying a do as I say, don't do as I do method is the best. It's one of the best tactics that we have to combat this pending problem of wayward children in Jamaica. Because at the end of the day, she have a right to be who she be, and every musician who sing the fuckery that them sing, they have a right to sing that. That's who they are. And that's what they're gonna do. But at the end of the day, we know that we have children and they don't know how to handle these things. They need to wait until they get older and wiser, and then they can make those decisions. And the best that we can do is talk to our children. Why would you all stop Spice from speaking positivity to the youth? You complain about how her music is so negative, and when she tried to do something positive, you shut her down. So now the children don't get to see the two sides of the coin. To me, that's stupidity. Spice is an adult. She's allowed to do adult things. But she know children are not ready for that yet. And as an influential person, she's one of the rightest people to tell the youth them, yo, wait. Wait. And pay attention to what you're listening to. Because the things that we do have serious repercussions. And once you don't do it, you can't take it back. Let the people who want to correct some of this wayward behavior or some of this adult behavior, give them the right to speak to the youth them, so that the youth them know that even they at one point of their life had to live as children, had to wait to do adult things because it's the right thing to do. There's some people that the children will listen to, and there's some people that the children don't want to hear nothing from. You all need to identify who these people are. Spice is one of the best people to talk to the youth them and tell them, leave adult things for adults, because we have serious repercussions when we indulge in these things. These conversations need to be had among the Jamaican children. Personally, if the school don't want to support this, I think that Spice should run her own little workshop, and any parent who's sensible enough to take their child, so that they can allow this influential woman, this icon, this star that the children them look up to and love, to tell them the right thing, the parents them should go and carry their children so that they can hear the right thing from the horse's mouth, from the artist's mouth. We need to see the other side. It's called balance. Adult things for adult people. The children need to understand the results of their actions if they choose to indulge. They need to have foresight. Why would you stop that from taking place? Who are you to judge and say that she's not the right person? Anybody say that is an idiot? Yeah. She's promoting this, but she's also promoting that. Let her. And then let the children then make their own choice. At least then get to see the two sides of the story. How can you deny them from seeing the other side of the story and think that that's a smart decision? Jamaica is one of the leading countries when it comes to sexy music. That's who they are. That's what they do. Whether you like it or not. They promote rebelishness. That's what they do, and that's who they are. So if they want to take the time to do the right thing and counteract some of that rebellish adultness in the minds of the children by telling them, yeah, if you do this, this will happen. These serious conversations need to be had with the children, because these children, they're going to indulge. They're going to get curious. Balance their curiosity with some wisdom. And if they go try afterwards and they experience what the artist tell them they're going to experience, then chances are they won't do it again. But when all they see is that these people are indulging in these things and they just continue to indulge in these things, even when these youth try it and they decide, you know what, this ain't for me, there's something inside them that's going to push them to continue to do it anyway, even though they don't like it. You have to understand psychology before you run your fucking mouth. You're doing the children a disservice by stopping these artists from correcting their behavior in the minds of the youth. Show them the other side. They need to see it. Let them know that drugs can cause an overdose. It can cause their mental instability. It can cause an inhibition of their actions. They need to know. Let them know that having sex with several men is going to bring them a bad reputation. And people are not going to treat them with the respect that they're going to desire. Because of that action, you can't just send them out into the world with all these otherworldly behaviors and nothing to counteract, no understanding. That is irresponsible of every adult. If you're going to put the fuckery in their ear, you need to put the good things in their ear too. It is your duty. Show them. They need to know. So, they're going to become adolescents soon. And the question is, what quality of adolescence is Jamaica going to have in 5 or 6 years? When all they are surrounded by are advocates of evil, cussing each other, fighting each other, bad-minding each other. Woman no have no respect for a man. Man no have no respect for woman. Excuse me. Woman no have no respect for themselves. Man no have no respect for themselves. Money over everything. What kind of generation are you raising? Y'all need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. And you need to check your children before you wreck your children. So the prayer that God was talking about could come in the form of the conversations that you have. Also make sure you make music. Okay? And those of you who are actually living the opposite of these people, you need to put yourself out there and put your opinions and your teachings out there so that who want it can go and find it. Don't mind if people say you're boring because you have self-respect. That's nonsense. And when they get older, they will realize that you were doing the right thing. Because not everybody is naturally inclined to be bad. Some people want to be good, but they can't be good if they never see it. And those who want to do good, they should be given the information that they need so that they can make that choice. It's important. Personally, I've never been a type of person to do like to be bad. I've never been a fan of being bad. As a child, I was always good. But then I was surrounded by a lot of good too. I grew up in a home, by the time I was born and was being raised by the woman I thought was my grandmother. She was instilling good principles in us. And yes, I saw the bad. Because I had a sister who was a thief. And yes, she inspired me to try it. And when I saw the beating that she got for do it, I was uninspired. And a part of me knew that it was wrong too. But I was about 5-6 years old. Primary school age. Easily impressionable. So even though me know it wrong, luckily I didn't get any beatings for it because my grandmother know me so well that they know I didn't do this by myself. I was encouraged to do it. So I was fortunate to not get a beating, but me never indulge in stealing again. It's not me. And me definitely don't like the repercussions of stealing. That's just an example of how young people are impressionable even when a piece of them know better. Because I admired my sister. So I was following her. Luckily my grandmother was smart enough to know that I follow my sister. It's not me who did that of my own free will. And after I saw the beating that she get for do that, because if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. I decided me no want to get caught up in a them kind of judgment there. So I never did it again. The children need guidance. They need wisdom. Okay? Because the Jamaica that you're making is not going to be one that the world appreciates. It's going to be one that the world is hating. And it's already started. So no matter where you go in the world, if they allow you in their countries anymore, because of this bad reputation y'all have for all this bad behavior, you're going to be shunned. Opportunities are going to be denied you. All when you're not a Jamaican who take part in the fuckery. Just say you are a Jamaican. The stain are going to be upon you. It's everybody's responsibility to correct the image of Jamaica that you guys are forming. It's not a nice one. So good luck with that. And thank you for watching. All the best. Bye bye.